Alrighty, on Seesaw, you have your IREAD Extended Practice Day 3. If you would, please click on that light bulb to refresh your feed, and that should put that activity right up top for you. IREAD Extended Practice Day 3. You can go ahead and click on the Add Response button. Again, some of these will be done together. Some of them will be done independently with an opportunity to check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right, beginning sounds. As you know, beginning and ending sounds will be read aloud to you. Let's focus on beginning sounds, okay? Please circle the word that goes with the answer you choose. Which word has the same beginning sound as, use your mouth, think? Think. Which word has the same beginning sound as think? Circle the answer that goes with your choice. Okay, let's look at number 8 here. Which word has the same beginning sound, use your mouth, as shine? Shine. You're focusing on beginning sound, not rhyming, not ending, beginning. Shine. Justin, get that answer choice made for me, please. Camille, we're not posting on the community post on Seesaw. We're working on beginning sounds on our assignment. All right, let's take a look at those correct answers. 4, think. Throw has the same beginning sound as think. Stink and shrink rhyme, but this was not a question about rhyming. It says beginning sound. Think, throw. Next one, which word has the same beginning sound as shine? Shine has the same beginning sound as shows. Shine, shows. Shh is the sound we're listening for. All right, let's take a look at 9. Which word has the same ending sound as sink? Sink. Circle the word that goes with the answer you choose. Which word has the same ending sound as sink? Let's look at the next one. Which word has the same ending sound as milk? Milk. Which word has the same ending sound as milk? Milk. Okay, let's take a look at the correct answers. You should have selected sink, cook has the same ending sound. It has that k, k. Sink, cook. Which word has the same ending sound as milk? Fake has the same ending sound as milk. Okay, notice that fake ends with an E. We're not looking at letters. We're listening for sounds. Okay, understanding the way that sounds work. All right. You are getting ready to go to a breakout room by yourself. No one else is going to be with you. You are going to be all alone because on IREAD, you are going to be taking the test all alone, okay? You're going to complete the bottom section of slide 1 and all of slide 2, okay? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 questions, okay? For these 11 questions on IREAD, you would have about 10 minutes. So that's what I'm going to give you, okay? I want you to be using your mouth. Move it, feel the words. On your context clues, make sure you're looking at both sentences. Use all the tricks we've been working on, okay? All right, let's take a look at your correct answers. Vowel sounds. The question was, circle the answer that has the same vowel sound as the underlined words. We know that vowels are A, E, I, O, and U, and the sounds that they make, a, e, a, okay? First section, ice, ice. Look at my mouth, feel it, ice. Mine has that same vowel sound, that long I. Ice, mine. If you got it right, you can put a little check mark there for yourself. If you got it wrong, go ahead and mark the correct answer so that you know what to study. Next one, do, ooh. It's an ooh sound from the O, do. Who has the same sound? Notice the letters are completely different. We're not in kindergarten. We're not matching letters. We're matching sounds, okay? Do, who, ooh is the sound that we're looking for. Any questions on those vowel sounds? All right. Let's take a look at our next section. Homographs. These are words that sound the same but mean different things. To make the car go, you have to blank it. The blank knocked down a tree in the storm. The answer that you should have selected is wind and wind. To make the car go, you have to wind it like a wind-up toy where you turn the key and then it zooms. Wind, okay? The wind knocked down the tree in the storm. Okay. 14. Oh, sorry, there wasn't 14. Any questions on that one? That one's tricky. Okay, slide 2. Context clues. We have 2 sentences. We have 2 sections of answers. My sister loves to jump rope outside. My sister can spin the rope extremely fast. Notice the word rope right here. That can help you out with your context clues. Second one, please don't speak loudly. My baby sister is sleeping and my mom will be mad if you wake. Look at the pronoun, her. Okay. A lot of my 3rd graders choose brother, but brother does not match the pronoun her in this sentence. Okay. Any questions? All right. Let's take a look at word parts. Prefixes are parts of the word at the beginning of a word. Non means not, so non-toxic. Y'all talk about toxic all the time with video game people. If someone is non-toxic, it means they are not toxic, okay? Suffixes go at the end of words and change the meaning. Ing is underlined in all of these, but the only one that has a word is running. If you take off ing, you still have the word run. If you take off ing here, you have k, and k is not a word. If you take off ing here, you have s, and s is not a word unless you're a snake, but you're not snakes, so we're not going to choose that as an answer. Okay, So we have running. Ing means right now. If someone is running, that means they are doing the action of run right now. All right, synonyms and antonyms. Circle the word that has the same as the underlined word. Our underlined word is here, bitter. Bitter means not having a sweet taste. So if something is not sweet, it is tart. The opposite of bitter would be sweet. Notice it says not. The opposite of not is yes. So sweet is the opposite of bitter. Okay. Questions on those? All right. Yes, Terrence.
What happens if you put it backwards? The question will be wrong.
What do you mean by if you put it backwards?
Like if sweet was on top and bitter tart was on the bottom.
Then yeah, you wouldn't have followed the directions. You wouldn't have looked at the directions that say same and opposite. All right. All right. We are going to do one comprehension section today, and that begins on slide 3. Hop on slide 3, please. Okay. We have our directions over here on the side. It says read a question on slide 4 and attack it. Read the passage for evidence with the question in mind. Find and highlight evidence in the colors shown by the question, and repeat steps 1 through 3 until all questions are answered. Okay. Question for, who do I want to pick on today? I want to pick on Aiden Hampton. I'm going to pick on you. Why should you read the question before you read the story? Why do you read the question before you read the story?
Because if you read the story first, you won't know what you have to answer.
Perfect. So it gives us a focus. It gives us something to look for as we are reading. It gives us a purpose for it. Okay, so let's get to slide 4, please. First question is blue. Grab your blue writing utensil on Seesaw. This is a who question. Let's put a box around who. Automatically, I know that I am looking for the name of a person or a character of some kind. Who? Study the Earth's features. We're going to look for who studies the Earth's features. Okay? Who studies the Earth's features? All right. Everybody take your hand. Go like this. Steve Rogers, Justin, William, Elijah, take your hand. Go like this. Justin, take your hand. Go like this. Awesome. Okay, hands down. That's what you're going to do when you hear the answer. I'm going to read, and when you hear the answer, I want you to whip that hand right in front of that camera. Now watch me whip. Watch me. Okay. All right, so we're going to whip that right in front of the camera. Thank you. What'd I tell you about those scissors? Thank you. Especially if you whipping your hand around, got scissors in your hand. Come on, Q. I love you too much to let you get hurt. All right. So when you hear the answer to who studies the Earth features, you're going to whip that hand. Okay. Here we go. Many polar animals live most of their lives on glaciers. But what is a glacier? Glaciers are long-lasting blocks of ice over land or water. Glaciers only form in very cold areas. An estimated 99% of them form over the ocean in polar areas, but some glaciers also form in mountain ranges on very high mountains. Because the areas stay so cold, the base of each glacier can remain for centuries or hundreds of years. Scientists can learn a lot from these glaciers. Geologists or scientists who study the features of the Earth can very good. Camille, why are you covering your camera? Who studies the Earth?
Scientists.
And those scientists are specifically called geologists. There we go. Geologists or scientists study the features of the earth. Highlight that blue, y'all. We found our answer. Geologists are a kind of scientist. So scientists, yes, and geologists are the type of scientist. All right. Just like you are students, the type of student that you are is a virtual third grader. All right. So it's a more specific answer as geologist. All right. So guess what? What am I going to do right now, William? Am I going to keep reading my text?
Yes.
Why?
For the next answer.
How do I know what the next answer is?
You don't.
Well, what do I have to do then?
Go back to slide 4.
Ah, with the questions. Thank you, William. Why would I keep reading if I don't know what I'm looking for? That doesn't make any sense. So let's grab a yellow. Next question is yellow. Grab that yellow color. What glacial change has happened recently? Look, there's a word from our Kahoot this morning. What glacial change? Glacial is a word that I do not use all the time. How many of y'all have ever said the word glacial on a regular basis? Maybe if you're ordering like Glacier Cherry Gatorade, but I don't think y'all say glacier pretty regularly. So when I see the word glacial, that's going to be a clue to me. Oh, answer, because that's a weird word. Okay, we don't read the word glacial a lot. So when I see it, that's going to help me with that answer. Josh, hop that camera on for me, please. Glacial change has happened recently. Let's underline recently. Are we going to find something that happened 2,000 years ago? Because it's 2,000 years ago recent? No, that's not new. So we're looking for recent changes. Okay. What glacial change has happened recently? Now I'm going to go back to my text. I haven't seen that word glacial recently. See what I did there? I haven't seen that yet. I've heard the word glaciers, but I haven't read about the change, okay? So we're going to keep reading to see about the change. That's another reason that I read my text after I read my question so that I know I don't have to start back at the beginning. Why would I start back up here if none of this is about change? That makes no sense. So let's keep reading. Ready? Pick up where you left off with your blue. Scientists who study the features of the Earth can drill into the ice and look at the patterns. By looking at the patterns of the ice each year, they can tell how long that glacier has existed and where the glacier has traveled. Scientists also measure glacial mass. Ooh, there's that word glacial. Let's see if it's changed. To watch for climate change. In recent years, oh, look at my question. Recent, look right there. Recent, look at my question. Glacial, look at my text. Glacial, look at my question. Change, look at my answers. Change, see that? See how those words in that question match? Glacial's in my text, glacial's in my question. Change is in my text, change is in my question. Recent is in my text, recent is in my question. William's about to like pop and lock a dance for me on that. All right, very good. So our question can help us find our answer. So let's see what change has happened. In recent years, glaciers have been melting at a fast rate. Dun, 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 dun. So thanks to climate change, it says in recent years, glaciers have been melting at a fast rate. So what change has happened? Glaciers are melting. Glacial's in my text, glacial's in my question. Change is in my text, change is in my question. Recent is in my text, recent is in my question. Your questions will match your answers. There's a reason we teach you to pay attention to the question. We're basically teaching you to cheat fairly. That's what we're doing. William is very confused. Cheating fairly, Miss Sousa, what are you talking about? You're right. But it's basically what's happening. All right. All right. We've answered the yellow question. Steve Rogers, what am I going to do now?
Check the color code.
Check the color code. And we have red.
The answer back in text.
Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, Steve. I'm going back to a new question. It's red. Change your color. Where do 99% of glaciers form? This is a where question. We know that where questions mean places. Okay, so we're looking for places. Now, this question gives us a number. Take a look at it, 99. As we're reading text, we don't see numbers inside of text a lot of time. So my eyes can quickly look for 99% to find my answer. So I'm looking for 99% of glaciers forming. 99 is in my question. We're going to find 99 in my text. Okay? Glaciers form is in my question. We're going to find glaciers form in my text. All right? Leah, a question.
We already read this.
Yeah, girl, we already read it. So do I need to keep reading the end down here? No. See, look, y'all are starting to pick up on testing strategies. We already read it. You're right, Leah. Look, here's 99. Look, 99. Leah remembered. She's like, wait, I don't have to read the rest of the text. I already know where this answer is. Look, 99. See how much 99 jumps out? Letter, 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 number. Use the question to help you find your answer. So let's change to a red highlighter. An estimated 99% of them form where? Over the ocean in polar areas. Y'all know what polar means because we've studied our regions and climates. Okay? So again, look at my question. 99, look at my answer. 99, look at my question. Glaciers form, look at my answer. Glaciers form. Boom. Okay? The words in your question, the numbers in your question will help you find the answers. Okay? You will find those answers so much more quickly if you use these strategies. Aiden Hampton, we are not on Clever's homepage. We are on Find the Evidence. Camille, we have done 3 answers together, sis. Why is your screen still blank? All right. Next up, I've answered my question. Oscar, what am I going to do now?
Go back to the question and read it, then go back to the text.
Booyah. Guys, we still haven't read the whole text yet, but we already have 3 answers. Do you see how much time we're saving? Okay. All right. 4, purple. Poiple. It's poiple, I tell you. Why? Why do glaciers last so long? Why? This is a why question. Why do glaciers last so long? Okay, we know what lasting long means. Some of y'all are like, why does this Zoom last so long? Okay, we're looking for a reason why it's going on forever. Okay, all right. So I'm going to go look for why glaciers last so long. Now, I'm going to think, I've read about where they form. I've read about scientists studying them. I've read about them melting. Look, as I'm scanning, look, I saw hundreds of years. That seems like a long time. I saw centuries. That seems like a long time. Let's go read around this. Let's go back to the beginning of the sentence where there's a capital letter. Let's see. Because the areas stay so cold, the base of each glacier can remain for centuries or hundreds of years. So why do they last so long, y'all? Because the areas stay so cold. Okay. Ice ain't gonna melt if it's in a cold environment. So why do they last so long? Because they stay so cold. Guys, we still haven't even read this bottom paragraph yet, but we have 4 answers. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, I've got my 4th answer. Who haven't I talked to yet? I haven't talked to Terrence. Terrence, I got my answer. I'm sitting here taking IREAD. What do I do now?
Well, if there is since you wait there and wait for the next question, but next you are supposed to look at the question and find out what the question is and then read. And if you already figured out what the question is or the answer is, you don't have to read all the way down at the bottom.
Look at you go. We're going to change to green. How? This is a how question. Just like when someone says, how do you tie your shoe, or how are you feeling? You're looking for an explanation. How do scientists watch for climate change? How do scientists watch for climate change? Now, wait just a minute. We've read about climate change. We read about those scientists. I wonder if they explained how scientists look yet. So attack that question. It is a how question. Get a box around it. Underline our clues. We're looking for how scientists watch for climate change. Let's go look back in our text. Look, here's my blue answer about scientists. Okay? I'm going to read back where it says scientists to see if it tells me how they look for that change, okay? Get your whip in hand ready. Not whip like you got in trouble. Pow, pow, but whip. All right. I'm going to read. When you hear how scientists look for that change, I want you to whip. Okay? Here we go. Scientists can learn a lot from these glaciers. Geologists or scientists who study the feature of the earth can drill into the ice and look at the patterns. Christopher, why are you whipping? What did you find out? What do they do?
They drill into the ice.
Y'all were sleeping. Christopher was awake and ready. They drill into the ice and look at the patterns. Boom. Christopher, 1 million bonus points for you. He was the only one that was ready to whip, y'all. He was like, he knew where it was. Yes, we can drill and look into the ice. Yes, Terrence.
I whipped.
You whipped. All right,
my head.
500,000 bonus points for you. All right, so how can scientists do it? They drill into the ice. Guys, we only have 1 question left and we haven't even read the bottom section of the text yet. Do you see why we want you to read the questions first? Okay, you're not going to waste your time looking for information that you don't need to know to get a good grade on the test. We're not reading these passages because we want to learn about them. We are reading these passages because we want to pass the test. Okay, it is a different purpose of reading. You're not reading these stories because you're like, oh, I can't wait to cuddle up tonight and read my IREAD test. Oh, it's going to be so good. No, you're taking a test. Okay, so it changes the way that we read. All right. Okay, we have a question left. Justin, what am I going to do now? I've answered the last question. What do I do?
Highlight it.
Highlight what?
The question.
The question. So I've got to go back to the question so I know what I'm looking for. Thank you, Justin. Here we go. Grab that orange. I want a dark orange. There we go. When is a word that tells us we're looking for some kind of time. Okay, some type of time. It might be a time from a clock. It might be a season. It might be a number of years. It might be a month, but a time of some kind. When do geologists drill into the ice? Christopher, you just talked about drilling. We already know where that part of the text is. We just talked about that. When do geologists drill into the ice? We just highlighted that in green. So after we've attacked our question, let's go back to the green. Look right there, they're drilling. It says when. When do they do this? Okay, get your whip ready. Whip. I'm going to come through this camera and whip some of y'all if you don't whip. Let's go. Whip. 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 Very good. Okay, I want you to whip when you hear when scientists do this, okay? Whip. Oh, I almost threw in a dab right there. Looks and cue. It's your signature move. A whip dab. Oof. Very good. All right. When do they drill into the ice? Okay. When? Get ready to whip. Here we go. Scientists who study the Earth's features of the Earth can drill into the ice and look at the patterns. By looking at the patterns of the ice each year, they can tell how long. Ooh, that's right. You got it. Oscar, when do they drill into the ice?
Each year.
Each year. Patterns of the ice each year. Look at that. That's when they do it. We got a when. We got a time, a year. Okay. All right, y'all. I chose this passage on purpose because I want you to see, look, we never even had to read down here. If I didn't read my questions first, I would have wasted so much of my testing time reading information that I do not need to know. You guys are taking a test. You're not reading for your reading log. You're not reading because it's your favorite book ever. You're not reading because you want to learn about it. You are reading because you need to pass a test. So we're going to read like we're going to pass a test. We're going to know what we're looking for before we go read it. Okay? All right. That is your comprehension practice for the day. What questions are there about what we've just done? What questions are there about the real IREAD test, about how it looks, how it feels? What questions are there? Yes, Leah.
How long will it take to take the IREAD test?
Great question. So your vocabulary section, there's a part that I read out loud to you, and that's going to take us about 5 minutes. And then there's a part that you do all by yourself, just like we did in our breakout rooms, and that is 12 minutes. So the vocabulary section is about 20 minutes, okay? Each of the comprehension sections are 35 minutes. So you have a 20-minute test, then we have a break. Then you have a 35-minute test, then you'll have a break. Then you have your last 35-minute test, and then you'll have a break. So altogether, the test takes about an hour and a half if you put all 3 sections together. But we're not going to take all 3 at once because that's a really long time. So we'll take sections and give you breaks. Okay? Other questions? Okay, let's go over what your independent work is. Today, you have 1 comprehension section. It does say together, we're going to change. I want to see how you guys are doing, okay? There is no video of answers on this one. I'm going to review this and see how you're doing and give you some feedback today, okay? So I want you to take a look at this fiction, that means fake passage. Do what you normally do. Check out those questions first. Then slides 7 through 10 have some vocabulary questions, and I'm going to see how you're doing on those as well. Okay? So you're completing the rest of the slides 5 through 10, slides 5 through 10, comprehension questions and vocabulary. All right? Okay, that is your assignment for today.